Hello, I run a page called Sane in the Asylum, which is a place where I document my mental health journey. And as a part of that mental health journey, my physical well-being is equally as important as any other work that I could possibly do. And as a part of that, I have tried various supplements and diet changes to see how it impacts my mental health. And recently, I have made the switch from coffee to tea, and I did have just a short period of time where I tried coffee again and then switched right back off of it again. And as a part of this new routine, I have come across some various herbal tea supplements that I wanted to try to see how it impacted me, and if maybe it helped deal naturally with some of the issues that I had. I mean, of course, it's not a replacement for much needed medications or things like that, but occasional anxiety might be reduced by some of the things that you can try. Um, and so I'm going to talk about that. I started it back in October. I got all of these teas and even a couple of more after that I discovered because different stores carry different teas. So I'm going to start talking about the various teas and how I feel about them. Also, to start, this isn't any of those teas. This is a jasmine green tea, which I drink green tea daily. But look at this cup. It's got mushrooms and snails. So anyways, the first one that I'm going to talk about is this honey lavender stress relief, which was the first one that I took. And this one I took at nighttime, like before I was going to go to bed, when I was already winded down and ready to go to sleep. So I never actually took it during the day, but I know that just within 30 minutes of taking it at nighttime, I was ready to go to bed, ready to go to sleep. I was not relaxing to enjoy a movie or wind down for the evening. I was relaxing to go to bed. And I remember the taste not being very potent at all. I remember it being very refreshing. The lavender didn't really come through really in anything but smell, but the honey was definitely there. And really it just tasted kind of like a chamomile tea with additives. But it worked very well. And though I think I would try it again, I haven't bought it again because I have 3 or 4 boxes of just run-of-the-mill chamomile tea that I've been drinking when I feel like I need that extra boost to go to sleep at night. So that's honey lavender stress relief, and that's Yogi Tea, which is a brand that made all of the herbal teas that I've tried so far. So this next one is one of the teas that has made its way into my main arsenal, and it is spicy hibiscus blossom positive energy. And this one, like a lot of the different teas that I do have that I drink regularly, it supports either mood, energy, or focus, which are three things that I really like and as a benefit of taking an herbal tea. And this one supports elevated mood and energy level. And something that I did notice about this one that does make it different from the others, because even though a lot of these teas do similar things, there are noticeable differences if you take them for an extended period of time. Like this one, for instance, I would take this one if I were going out into like a social situation, because this would make me feel upbeat and less anxious and more able to kind of brave the outside world. And the taste of it is a lot of these have cinnamon in them. This one has more of a cinnamon aroma and more of a fruity taste. Um, but this one is really good. Definitely would use this one in a going out situation, not necessarily a sitting home situation, because it does make you kind of energetic and it also uplifts your mood. But you don't really want to like focus on any one thing. You just kind of want to be in a good mood. So I have already bought that one again. Um, the next one that I'm going to talk about is this kava stress relief tea. Now, with this one, I didn't even finish it. It's completely full almost. I think I almost did half the box, but it just wasn't working for me. And that's kind of weird because a few years ago, probably one of the first supplements that I ever took was kava. And I found it online, and it came in a bag, and it was like the rooted kava powdery stuff that you actually have to like make with lukewarm milky water and cheesecloth and strain it out, and it's like a ceremonial kind of tea or like medicinal herbal supplement thing. But this, I don't know if it's the additives or the fact that I haven't taken it in a long time, or maybe my brain just doesn't work the same as it did. I don't know, um, 8 years ago. But it just didn't work for me. It didn't make me feel good. It didn't. It didn't really relax me, um, like make me settled, and it didn't really make me tired. But it didn't make me feel good or focused or anything. It just kind of, I don't know. It just kind of made me feel a little bit sick, I suppose. So it just kind of exhausted me, and I didn't really like that. It's supposed to ease tension and promote relaxation, but it really didn't for me. And I don't know if maybe again I said it has something to do with the additives because these herbal tea blends do have a lot of additives in them. Um, or maybe the dosage wasn't high enough because when I was originally taking kava kava, um, I was taking it from a bag of loose kind of kava tea roots and making the tea from that. So it was very pure kava. And even the supplement that I took was a little capsule, which I took at one point after going on my first solo vacation. I got there and immediately started developing really bad anxiety. So I had to go track down an herbal supplement shop because that's the supplement I was taking at the time for to help manage anxiety. So I got the caplets and they worked phenomenally, and they did relax me and they did calm me down. But this tea, I just don't really like it. I've taken half the box. I probably won't take any more of this again, or it's going to sit on my shelf, gather dust. I didn't like this one. The next one is Sweet Tangerine Positive Energy. And again, this is like one of the 3 teas that I have that I keep regularly on hand as a part of like my regimen for not feeling the greatest or wanting to go out and wanting to be a little uplifted or a part of my routine. And this one, it says supports focus and energy levels, and I can definitely say that it does. And on this one specifically, I take this one when I have like a large cleaning project in the house to do, or I have a lot of like tasks that I need to get done, because it does help me focus, and it does kind of give me that extra pick me up because a lot of these teas, they contain caffeine levels that are just under a cup of coffee, but just above like a cup of green tea. Like your normal cup of green tea is like 45 milligrams, 30 to 45 milligrams of caffeine, and this has generally about 50 to 60. So it is a pretty good pick me up. Um, and again, this one is the one that I take when I'm cleaning. But the taste of it is like, it's not great. This one especially doesn't have a great taste. It tastes like fruity bubble gum. If you really concentrated that and added a lot of sugar to it, it's a very overpowering taste. But it works well, so I will continue to use it. Um, the next one is Mandarin Mint Mindfulness, and I just barely finished this one. This one is another one that I had to drag myself through. It took me months to finish it, when some of the other teas took me like a month or a few weeks to finish them. And I was already buying them again, and I hadn't finished some of these other ones. This is the second worst tea that I have. The Kava Kava one was the worst. This one is the second worst. All this did for me, it says help support calm and clarity. All this did for me was turn me into a space case. It didn't, I didn't focus on anything. It didn't slow down my thoughts, processes. It just kind of made me sit and zone out, but like not in any kind of specific focus sort of way. So I wasn't just like having a clear mind, clear thoughts. I was able to process things smoothly. It's just kind of like it was getting shut down and zoning out. So um, I remember the taste wasn't bad. The mint was the most noticeable element to it. Um, but the mandarin really wasn't there, not super overpowering. It was more of the scent. A lot of these they have one flavor that's overpowering in taste and another one that's overpowering scent wise. And the mandarin was overpowering scent wise, but the mint was the one that was present. But this one, I wouldn't buy it again. it just didn't work for what I needed it to work for. And the last one that I have is Spiced Blackberry Focus. And this is one of my favorite ones. This is, again, this is one of the ones that's part of the 3 that I take regularly or that I keep on hand regularly for when I need them. Now this one says it supports alertness, clarity, and concentration, which it does do all those things. Usually when I take this tea, I sit down to make videos, or I generally take this tea about an hour and a half before I go into therapy, so that I can kind of get in that right mind. I'm not sure if it necessarily helps focus 100% for therapy, or if it's just the ritual of sitting and drinking that cup of tea and checking my mind into like that therapy mindset before I go. But this one works wonderfully. It helps me organize my thoughts, and it gives me that energy boost because it does have a bit of caffeine in it. But it's not caffeinated in a way that's overpowering to where you are to where you're jittery or have trouble focusing. It makes it easy for you to focus very well. So when I want to accomplish something, like sit down, make a video, get thoughts out clearly, or write even sometimes, I like this one. So they're the 3 that I keep regularly, that I've already bought multiple times. I think I've bought each of these probably 3 times since I originally made the post back in October. And each one of these stays on hand in case I need them for whatever I need them for. Like I said, this one is for getting stuff done around the house, accomplishing tasks, cleaning. This one for going out as a way to get checked in the mindset of going out and having fun, or not necessarily even having fun. Going out and being around people is not necessarily fun for me, but it's a good way to get into that mindset. And this one, before therapy, before writing, before sitting down to make a video for some reason. So that's the end of those tea reviews, and thank you.
It occurred to me after watching the video back that I forgot to mention the flavor of the Spiced Blackberry Focus tea, which was like the Atomic Fireball candy without the heat.